Good morning, ma'am. I'm Rose Malin Pereda. To- Today, I will discuss about learning objectives 3. Compute inventory by using the lower cost or market value. Financial statement usually presents the ending inventory at its cost value, computed by using the average FIFO or LIFO. Costing method is the average cost method is based on the assumption that the cost for each item on hand is the average cost for items from the opening inventory and the items purchased during the period. The first in, first out or FIFO costing method is based on the assumption that the cost for units sold is determined in the order in which the units were purchased, and the last in, first out or LIFO costing method is based on the assumption that the cost of the inventory remaining is determined by the cost of the units purchased the earliest. However, in some cases, the market value or current replacement cost of goods is lower than the original or average cost of those goods. Most companies prefer to show the lower of cost or market value in their inventories. When market value exceeds the cost is used. The cost is exceed market value is used. There are steps to determine the lower of cost or market or LCM inventory value. First is compute the unit or total cost for each type of inventory item using the average FIFO or LIFO costing method. Second, determine the market value for each inventory item. Third, compare the cost value from step 1 with the market value from step 2 and choose the lower of the two. Step 4, compute the extension amount for each item based on the lower amount. Step 5, sum the amounts in step 4 to determine the total inventory value under LCM. So, in example D, it is used the average costing method. In the first column is the list of the products or the description. Then, in the second column, A is the list of the quantity of each product. Then the third column B is where the step 1 to determine the lower of cost or market or LCM inventory value was being applied, which used the average costing method. Then in the fourth column C is the list of the unit price at market, which we determine the market value for each inventory item, that's step 2. Then, in the fifth column is our step 3, which we compare the cost value from step 1, B, with the market value from step 2, letter C, and choose the lower of the two. Then, in the last column is the extension, which is our step 4 is being applied. Extension will be the product of the quantity A on the lower amount or lower price, letter D. Then identify if it is unit price from average cost or from the unit price at market. Then next is the step 5, which is to compute the extension of each product. 11,289 plus 727.81 plus 178.60 plus 828.36 plus 778.36 equals 13,802.13. So the total inventory value under the LCM is 13,802.13. So in example E, under LCM using the FIFO cost method illustrated in example B, the FIFO cost for the inventory for quick start spark plugs would be $897.60. Combining LCM with FIFO for the quick start spark plugs illustrated in example B. So the ending inventory for this one item would be valued at $897.60 because the market value $934.56 is higher than the FIFO cost. So in getting the total is multiply the unit price at market and the quantity. So 354 times $2.64 equals 934.56. So para makuha ang lower o B or D, so imo rang kwaon ang mas mubo niya nga cost. Concept check 17.3. In concept check 17.3, the first column is the list of the products or the description. Then in the second column is the list of the quantity of each product. Then the third column is the list of cost in each product. Then in the fourth column is the list of each unit price at market. Then in the fifth column is the extension where it comes from the quantity of each product times the cost or its market value. Choose cost if it is lower than the market value, and choose the market value if it is lower than the cost. Then total all the value and the extension, and the total is the total inventory value under the LCM, and it is $9,230.20. That's all, and thank you.